All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is Valley News Live's Devin Fry back once again with a Valley News Now update. Once again talking about the tragic shooting that took place in Minneapolis this morning at a Catholic church out there. And we have more details on this incident, but we're waiting on an NBC News special report. Governor Tim Walz is supposed to publicly address this incident. And so it was, again, at the Annunciation Catholic Church in Minneapolis. We've been gathering details throughout the morning on our website, valleynewslive.com. We'll go over what we know a little bit before the governor starts speaking. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara provided some more details on this tragic shooting at Annunciation Catholic Church. Again, this call came in at about 8:30. There was a mass this morning to celebrate the beginning of the school year at the connected school there. They say just before 8:30 a.m., a gunman walked up to the mass happening at the church, and he then began firing a rifle through the church towards the children sitting in the pews. He struck children and worshipers that were inside of the building. That's according to Chief of Police Brian O'Hara in Minneapolis. He had a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. Called it a deliberate act of violence against innocent children. Again, 2 children were killed in this incident, dying in the pews they were sitting in. 17 more people hospitalized in this senseless attack. The shooter has been identified in this incident. Multiple sources have confirmed that the shooter was 23-year-old Robin Westman, formerly Robert Westman. Law enforcement sources told CARE that Westman had no extensive criminal history and that his mother was an employee at Annunciation School. Again, that's the school connected to the Catholic Church. He died by self-inflicted gunshot wound in the church. Again, the mass was marking the beginning of the school year for Annunciation. We've again heard from Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Fry. We've heard from the Chief of Police Brian O'Hara, who were at the church where this incident took place. We're expecting to hear from Governor Tim Walz in just a second. I have the live feed pulled up of the special report we're supposed to be getting, and we'll make that, we'll bring that up as soon as we get it. The effects of this, I can't really put into words just what the reaction's been here locally for something that it's so close to us. We went and talked to the Diocese of Fargo just a little bit ago, and we're going to be able to hear more from that tonight on Valley News Live, so be sure to stay tuned. But just a heartbreaking situation, a lot of people being affected in a big way by this, and completely understandable. Again, 2 children killed in the shooting, 17 people injured. The gunman also dead. They've been identified, again, 23-year-old Robin Westman, formerly Robert Westman. Law enforcement sources said that they had no extensive criminal history and that their mother was an employee at Annunciation School. Tragic situation out of the Twin Cities. Again, we're just to make sure everybody's on the same page here. We're waiting on a special report to start on NBC for the very latest on this, as well as some words from Governor Tim Walz. That was supposed to start at 2:30. We're going to see when that becomes available. Let me look here and see if we've gotten any update on that. No updates that we've received at this time, so we're going to stay right here until this special report begins. Yep, anticipating a 2:30 news conference. So yeah, waiting on this news conference with Governor Tim Walz. There's been reaction from several other elected officials as well. Again, we heard from Jacob Fry at the scene there. We heard from the president a little bit ago. Let me pull up this statement. President Donald Trump responding to it, saying that flags are going to be lowered at half-staff for all government buildings through the end of the day. Here we go. We have the statement here. This is a statement from the president. A mark of respect for the victims of the senseless acts of violence in Minneapolis by the authority vested in me as the President of the United States. The flag of the United States shall be flown at half-staff at the White House and all public buildings and grounds at all military posts and naval stations until sunset on August 31st. The flag will also be flown at half-staff for the same length of time at all United States embassies, legations, consular offices, and other facilities abroad, including all military facilities there. So again, more reaction pouring in for just a senseless act of violence that again took the lives of 2 children at a church in Minneapolis. After we're going to go ahead and go over the details of this again as we wait for this special report to start. These were details provided on the scene by the Minneapolis Chief of Police Brian O'Hara. Just some details on what happened this morning at 8:30 a.m. Again, there was a mass that was happening to help commemorate the first week of school at the Annunciation School that's attached to the church. It's at grades K through 8, so young children in the building. In a press availability outside the church, O'Hara confirmed that just before 8:30 a.m., gunmen walked up to the mass happening at the church to commemorate that first week of school, and then began firing a rifle through the church windows towards the children in the pews at the mass. O'Hara said that he struck children and worshipers that were inside the building. He was armed with a rifle, shotgun, and a pistol. O'Hara called it a deliberate act of violence against innocent children and other people worshiping. He added that this is a quote, "The sheer cruelty and cowardice of firing into a church full of children is absolutely incomprehensible." Minneapolis Police Department responded and began to deliver first aid and search for children who were hiding throughout the building. EMS rushed victims to nearby hospitals. O'Hara confirmed that an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old were killed where they sat in the pews. 17 people were injured, including 14 children, and 2 of those children are in critical condition as well. O'Hara then confirmed that the shooter, who we now know was 23-year-old Robin, formerly Robert Westman, then took his own life in the church, thus ending that incident there. O'Hara concluded his availability by assuring the public that they stand with their community and will continue to be there for the victims. Again, the shooter in this case, who multiple sources again have confirmed to multiple news agencies, shooter was 23-year-old Robin, formerly Robert Westman. No extensive criminal history, and their mother was actually an employee at Annunciation, the school attached to the church where this took place. Again, died of self-inflicted gunshot wound there. Checking for an update here to see when this special report may start again. We were expecting a 2:30 start. It looks like they're still not doing that yet. So as soon as Governor Walz starts speaking, we were going to go ahead and come back to this. But for now, we're just going to take a quick break. We're going to resume the stream here in a bit. But for now, we're going to go ahead and throw up this placeholder. We'll be right back. Stay tuned here. As soon as Governor Walz starts talking, we'll be right back with this special report. Thank you all for staying with us so far. Again, we're waiting on the special report to begin with word from Governor Tim Walz on the incident that happened at Annunciation Church this morning. Please stay with us. We'll have that available as soon as it becomes available. Thank you. All right, we're going to just continue to monitor this here. We're waiting for, again, a special report to start. We're supposed to hear from Governor Tim Walz on to discuss the tragic situation that happened this morning at Annunciation Catholic Church in Minneapolis. Again, a gunman opened fire there, killing 2 children and injuring 17 more people. We've provided details on what happened that morning from Chief of Police Brian O'Hara. We have a full statement from O'Hara on our website right now, valleynewslive.com, so that's available if you'd like to read that. We've gone over it a couple times on this stream as well, just for the sake of those that have been on here since the beginning. Don't want to keep reiterating too much what we have learned, but I will go ahead and reiterate one more time. The latest piece of breaking news that we got from this is the identity of the shooter that was revealed about 30 minutes or so ago. The identity of the man who opened fire through the windows at Annunciation Catholic Church in Minneapolis, 23-year-old Robin, formerly Robert Westman. Law enforcement sources told KARE 11, that's our NBC station in the cities, that Westman had no extensive criminal history and that their mother was actually an employee at Annunciation School. That's the school attached to the Catholic Church there. The mass that they were holding was to commemorate the beginning of the school year for the Annunciation Catholic School. Opened fire through the windows of the church, striking children and worshipers there, killing 2 children where they sat in the pews and injuring 17 more. 14 of those that are hurt are also children. So we're continuing to monitor this. We actually just got a story that we're going to post when it becomes available to us from our parent station, Gray Television. 10-year-old says friends saved him during Minnesota school shooting by lying on top of him. We're going to have that on our website, valleynewslive.com, on the national tab here in a bit. And then we're going to put it on our Facebook page as well. We're going to go ahead and do that right now. But we can actually, let's go ahead and listen to this sound from, again, this is a 10-year-old who says that his friend saved him during the Minnesota school shooting by lying on top of him. We're going to go ahead and play this here. Let me cue this up. Oh, here we go. We'll get sound going. This doesn't seem to want to give us any sound. Okay. We'll tell you what, we're going to post this full story on our Facebook page. Be sure to stay tuned there. Again, we're awaiting the beginning of a special report from Governor Tim Walz as he addresses this tragic incident that happened at this Catholic church in the Twin Cities. That was set to begin around 2:30. It's obviously past that point, but we will hang on and wait to take it live just as soon as we can. Yeah, so be sure to stay tuned right here. But we're kind of just in a holding pattern right now. We've gone over the information that we've gotten of this horrible, tragic situation. So be sure to check out our Valley News Live Facebook page, news app. And yeah, that, someone pointed out in the Facebook comments, that's a very good point. Let me pull up some of the details on that. This is a very, it's been a tumultuous 24 hours or so in the Twin Cities area. I'm going to pull up some statistics that I had written down earlier. I just got to try to find those real fast. But this isn't the only shooting that's happened in the past few in the past 2 days or so. This isn't the only fatal shooting that has happened. So let's go ahead and pull this up here. Oh, it looks like there is maybe a live feed elsewhere of Governor Walz's press conference that we may be able to break into. But in the meantime, let's see here. Yeah, Tuesday afternoon, about 4 miles from Annunciation, another person was killed, 6 others injured in a different mass shooting. But Brian O'Hara did say that the 2 shootings do not appear to be related. That's the chief of police there for Minneapolis. So multiple fatal shootings within just a few hours of each other in that area of the Twin Cities. And so, you know, we're going to go ahead and close this stream for now. We're going to go ahead and go to that special report when it becomes available. But for right now, we're going to go ahead and close this down. Again, this is the latest that we know on the incident that happened at Annunciation Catholic Church and School. Stay tuned with us here at Valley News Live. We're going to keep finding things and keep everybody updated just as much as we can. So thank you for joining us for this, and we'll see you back here in a few, I'm sure. For now, though, for Valley News Now, I'm Devin Fry.